At a party, we played truth or dare. I lost. I chose Dare. Call your ex, my boyfriend. Carter had a cigarette dangling from his lips and chuckled. She doesn't have an ex. I'm her first love. I do. Carter froze. His smile vanishing in front of everyone. I dialed that number I knew by heart. Half an hour later, the aloof and legendary Liam Sterling pushed open the door to the private room and beckoned to me. Wendy, come here. Carter took me to a gathering with his friends. After dinner, everyone suggested playing truth or dare. Carter lost the first round. He chose dare. A guy sitting by the door got excited. Let's play big. Young Master Carter. Call your ex, dare or not. The atmosphere instantly ignited. Amidst everyone's cheering, Carter rubbed my hand. He had a pair of peach blossom eyes that looked affectionate, even when looking at a dog. He asked me, babe, can I call? I knew he had an ex-girlfriend. After all, Carter was the campus hunk of a university. His dating history was always under scrutiny. Sister-in-law, gotta have some game spirit. Under everyone's expectant gaze, I smiled and nodded. It's fine. Go ahead. Sister-in-law is generous. Carter smiled, pinched my cheek and took out his phone. The call was picked up after 3 rings. Bella, I'm drunk. Come pick me up. Carter gave the address and hung up. Without waiting for a response, he tossed his phone onto the table casually and went back to playing with my hand. My hands were soft and pale. Carter loved to knead my palms whenever he had nothing to do, playing with them tirelessly. His friend mocked him. Young Master Carter. You that confident your ex will show up? He scoffed, his tone full of confidence. My understanding of her, she'll be here in 10 minutes. Then he glanced at me sideways, afraid I might be unhappy, and added, babe, don't be mad. It's just a game. 8 minutes his ex-girlfriend arrived. Red wavy hair, hot body. A completely different type of woman from me. She opened the door and immediately spotted the conspicuous Carter. Her eyes lit up when her gaze swept over me beside him. She paused abruptly. There was a hint of coquettish blame in her eyes as she looked at Carter. Carter. You playing me? The guy to Carter's right quickly gave up his seat. Mr. Bella, sit here. Bella seemed to know everyone present and sat down without hesitation. Carter freed a hand to place a glass of alcohol in front of her. Knew you loved this here. Saved it for you. Bella didn't say much. Down the glass in one go. Sister Bella is mighty. The crowd cheered continuously. Bella poured herself another full glass, turned to look at Carter with a beaming smile. Carter, shall we go? Carter's hand had let go of mine. At some point, he clinked glasses with Bella playing drinking games and rolling dice. It made me, the good girl, look out of place. I was severely allergic to alcohol. My juice glass was already empty. Carter was having too much fun. He started putting his arm around shoulders. But not my shoulders. Seemingly blinded by alcohol, he naturally draped his arm around his ex-girlfriend's shoulder. She didn't seem to mind letting him do it. The people around didn't seem to think anything was wrong either. Until the drinks went round again, and we entered the next round of truth or dare. Unfortunately, I lost. Everyone let loose in this round. They jeered at me. Old rules. Call your ex. Carter was already sitting back beside me, his face flushed with alcohol. Hearing this, he chuckled. She doesn't have an ex. I'm her first love, babe. I'm your first man, right? Although he was asking me, his face held absolute confidence in himself, because I had always maintained a good girl image in front of everyone. So everyone believed Carter's words, without a doubt. Then sister-in-law has to drink these 3 glasses. Sister-in-law is so innocent. Young Master Carter, you're lucky. Drink up. Drink up. Carter's eyes crinkled in a smile. He was in a good mood. I'll drink this for her. He started to stand up to take the glass. I suddenly reached out to stop him. Amidst the noise of the crowd, I spoke slowly. I do. Carter froze, suspecting he heard wrong. What did you say, babe? The room went silent instantly. I blinked. My tone serious. Carter, don't drink yet. I haven't lost for sure. Carter's smile vanished. For some reason, Bella burst out laughing. She patted Carter's shoulder. Carter, it's just a game. Have some spirit. Besides, I'm quite curious what your little girlfriend's ex looks like. Under everyone's playful and curious gazes, I took out my phone, pulled a number out of the blacklist and dialed it. The phone rang for quite a while before being picked up. I poke first. I drank alcohol. Can you come pick me up? I'm out. I gave the address. Before he could speak, I hung up first. Carter stared at my dark phone screen and laughed. Patted my head, his face returning to his unruly smile. Babe, no need to find a random person to bluff. Not having an ex isn't embarrassing. I'll drink this for you. Carter looked pleased. Picked up the 3 glasses on the table and downed them all. No one took this interlude seriously. Next round, Bella was eager to try. Bella, I advise you not to play. You're a black hole for games, Carter said familiarly. Bella refused to accept it and glared at him. Watch me win. Sure enough, Bella lost. Sister Bella. Truth or dare? Bella glanced at Carter and shrugged. My ex is already here. I choose truth. Carter's friend's playful gaze circled the 3 of us. Then I'll just ask something random. Sister Bella, do you still like your ex? Question was anything but random. Bella didn't speak for several seconds. I forfeit. She laughed self-deprecatingly. She poured 3 full glasses and started drinking. The hand playing with my hair suddenly stopped. In the moment, Bella fell silent. Carter's gaze had been fixed on her, watching her drink glass after glass. His eyes were dark. No one knew what he was thinking. I pulled my hair out of his hand and handed him my empty cup. Carter, pour me some water. Carter snapped back to reality. He grabbed a cold beer nearby and filled my cup. I looked at the cup, quickly forming condensation droplets, and didn't make a sound. Carter's friend tried to break the awkward atmosphere. Come on, come on. Next round. Just then, the door to the private room was pushed open. Liam Sterling, dressed in business attire, appeared at the door. His cool gaze landed on the beer, still emitting cold air in front of me. Liam's face was stern, under the surprised or confused gazes of everyone present. He looked at me calmly and beckoned, Wendy. Come here. Liam's arrival shocked everyone. Basically everyone at a university had heard of his fame. Liam was a legend at a university. Superior background, top-tier IQ and EQ. He founded his own tech company right after graduation. In just 2 years, the company's market value broke $100 million. His net worth rose with the tide, becoming a new tech tycoon. In the business world, you could say he was the idol of the junior boys, the ideal partner for the junior girls. Even though he had graduated 2 years ago, the legends about him in school never faded. Every freshman would be educated by seniors about his legend. There was a topic on the school forum. Who do you want to date most in school? Liam's name still topped the list. Even Carter, known as the campus hunk for his looks, could only settle for second place. But Liam was rarely on campus during his studies, so no one could verify the truth about his love life. Now that he suddenly appeared at the door, no one recovered except Carter. Connecting it to the call I just made, he suddenly wrapped his arm around my shoulder, possessively looking at Liam. He asked coldly, who did you say you're looking for? Liam's gaze lingered on my shoulder for a second, before returning to my face. Wendy, come here. Although there were no actual weapons, the air was filled with tension. I wanted to go back, so I picked up my bag to stand up, but I couldn't move. Carter wouldn't let me up. I turned to look at him. Carter. I want to go back. Carter's handsome face radiated a chill. He gritted his teeth and asked me word by word. Babe, you really have an ex? I found his anger quite baffling. He has an ex? I have an ex? Isn't this normal? Who made the rule that he has to be my first love? Carter, you're a sore loser. I swear. My voice was very soft and gentle. Just stating a fact plainly. But Carter suddenly acted like a cat stepped on his tail. He pushed me away, looking exasperated. Yes, I'm a sore loser. Then go. If you leave, don't come back. Knowing Carter for 6 months. Dating for 3. This was the first time I found Carter so emotionally unstable. His extreme reaction puzzled me. I took a step back and waved at him. Then I'm leaving. Bye. Just as I was leaving the room, a crisp sound of a shattering glass came from behind. Along with Bella's scream. Carter, your hand. I wanted to look back, but was blocked by Liam's tall figure. He turned my head forward. His tone flat. Watch where you're going. The corridor outside the private room was suffocatingly quiet, a stark contrast to the chaotic din of music and shattering glass we had just left behind. Liam didn't stop walking. His hand, warm and large, rested on the small of my back, not pushing, but guiding with an authority that made my knees weak. Liam, I whispered, the alcohol making my steps clumsy. Don't speak yet, he said, his voice low and vibrating against the silence. He didn't look at me. His jaw was set in a hard line, the kind of expression he used to wear when reviewing a flawed contract. We reached the elevator. The metal doors slid open, reflecting our disheveled states. Me, pale and clutching my purse, him, impeccable in a charcoal suit that probably cost more than Carter's tuition. As the doors closed, cutting off the world of the club, he finally looked at me. His eyes were dark, scanning my face for any sign of distress. Did you drink? He asked. Just juice, I lied instinctively, then remembered the empty glass Carter had ignored. And, maybe a sip of beer. Carter filled my cup. Liam's eyes narrowed. He knew. He remembered. You're allergic to hops, Wendy. I know. I didn't drink it. But the smell made me dizzy. The elevator dinged. He ushered me into the cool night air where a sleek, matte black Maybach was waiting at the curb. The driver opened the door, but Liam waved him off, taking the keys himself. Get in. As I buckled up, my phone buzzed incessantly. It was Carter. Missed call, 3. Message, come back. Now. Message, Bella didn't mean it. Don't be a brat. Message, Wendy, I'm bleeding. Do you even care? I stared at the screen. The guilt that usually gnawed at me, the need to be the good girlfriend, the caretaker, was strangely absent. In its place was a dull exhaustion. Liam reached over, plucked the phone from my hand, and tossed it into the back seat without a glance. He's bleeding, I murmured, staring out the window as the city lights blurred into streaks of neon. He's a child throwing a tantrum, Liam said, merging into traffic with terrified ease. If he cut an artery, the ambulance will be there faster than you can walk back. If he didn't, he doesn't need you. He paused, the car idling at a red light. The interior smelled of leather and the faint, woodsy cologne I hadn't smelled in 2 years. Why him, Wendy? Liam asked, his voice devoid of judgment but heavy with disappointment. Of all the people you could have moved on with. Why a boy who needs to hold another woman's hand to feel like a man? I looked down at my own hands, the ones Carter used to knead like dough but never actually held. Because, I whispered, he was the only one who didn't know who you were. I wanted something simple. Liam laughed, a dry, humorless sound. Simple. Look where that got you. We didn't go to my dorm. We went to the Pinnacle, the high-rise apartment complex overlooking the river where Liam lived. It was a place of glass and steel, cold and impressive, just like him. Inside, he pointed to the massive gray sofa. Sit. He disappeared into the kitchen and returned with a glass of warm water and an antihistamine pill. Just in case there was cross-contamination in the glass. I took it obediently. He sat on the coffee table in front of me, his long legs folded, bringing him to my eye level. He reached out and tucked a stray strand of hair behind my ear. His fingers lingered on my cheek, his touch burning. You look thin, he noted. I'm on a diet. Carter likes girls with. I stopped myself. Carter likes girls with waists he can span with his hands. Liam's expression darkened. Carter is an idiot. He stood up and began unbuttoning his cuffs, rolling his sleeves up to reveal forearms that were more muscular than I remembered. I'm making pasta. Carbonara. No cream, just egg and cheese. The way you like it. I watched him move around the kitchen island. It was surreal. 2 hours ago, I was the invisible accessory to the campus hunk. Now, the city's most eligible tycoon was cooking for me at 2:00 a.m. Why did you come? I asked, my voice trembling slightly. I hung up. I didn't think you'd actually show. Liam stopped whisking the eggs. He braced his hands on the counter, his back to me. You called, he said simply. You finally called. I was dared to call my ex. He turned around, leaning back against the marble. I don't care about the reason, Wendy. I've been waiting 2 years for that phone to ring. Did you think I stayed in this city for the weather? My heart hammered against my ribs. I thought you hated me. For leaving. I was angry, he corrected. I was furious that you thought you were holding me back. I was mad that you chose to run away rather than talk to me. But I never hated you. He walked back to me, crouching down again. He took my hand, the one Carter had played with so carelessly, and inspected it. He doesn't know, does he? Liam asked softly. That you were the one who helped me code the beta version of the Sterling algorithm? That you're the reason my company didn't go bankrupt in the first 6 months? I shook my head. He thinks I'm just an English major who likes baking. What a waste, Liam murmured. He kissed my knuckles, a gesture so tender it made my eyes sting. Stay here tonight. The guest room is made up. Tomorrow, we deal with the mess. The emergency room was bright, white, and smelled of disinfectant. Carter stared at his hand, now wrapped in thick gauze. 4 stitches. It's not that deep, babe, stop looking so tragic, Bella said, scrolling through TikTok on the plastic chair beside him. She was still wearing her party dress, looking out of place and bored. She left, Carter muttered, more to himself than her. Who? Little Miss Goody Two-Shoes. She'll be back, Bella scoffed. Where is she gonna go? She's obsessed with you. She probably just went back to the dorm to cry. Carter squeezed his eyes shut. The image of the man at the door burned in his mind. Liam Sterling. It didn't make sense. Wendy was vanilla. She was plain water. Liam Sterling was vintage wine. They didn't belong in the same sentence, let alone the same room. He called her Wendy, Carter said. So. Everyone calls her Wendy. But he said it, different. Carter sat up, a sudden wave of nausea hitting him. And she had his number memorized. She didn't look it up. Bella rolled her eyes. Carter, you're overthinking it. She probably stalked him. Or maybe she interned for him and got fired. You know how clumsy she is. She's not clumsy, Carter defended instinctively. Then he paused. Was she? She never dropped things around him. She only stumbled when he pulled her too hard. He pulled out his phone with his good hand. Still no reply. He opened Instagram. Nothing. Then, a notification from a mutual friend popped up. A photo from outside the club. In the background, blurry but unmistakable, was Liam Sterling opening the door of a Maybach for a girl in a white dress. Carter zoomed in. He knew that dress. He had bought it for her birthday, or rather, he gave her the money and told her to buy something sexy, and she had come back with that simple white thing. A knot of ice formed in his stomach. Bella, Carter said, his voice tight. I need to go to the Pinnacle. What? That's where the rich people live. Why? Because, Carter stood up, swaying slightly, I think my girlfriend just went home with the richest man in the city. The next morning, the sun hit the Pinnacle's floor-to-ceiling windows, blinding me. I woke up in a bed that felt like a cloud, wearing one of Liam's t-shirts that smelled like cedar and sleep. I walked out to the living room. Liam was already dressed, sitting at the dining table with a tablet and a cup of coffee. There was a plate of toast and fruit waiting for me. Eat, he said without looking up. Then we go to campus. I have class at 10, I said. I know. I'm driving you. Liam, that will cause a scene. Carter is irrelevant, Liam said, finally looking up. His gaze was steel. You are not going back to him, Wendy. I respected your decision to leave me because you said you needed space to grow. I will not respect your decision to be with a narcissist who treats you like a pet. I sat down and buttered a piece of toast. I'm not going back to him. I realized that last night when he asked me if I was bluffing about having a past. Good. Liam stood up. I bought you new clothes. They're in the bag on the chair. That white dress. I had the housekeeper burn it. I choked on my toast. You what? It was cheap fabric and it smelled like cheap cologne. You deserve better. An hour later, I was dressed in a soft cashmere sweater and jeans that fit perfectly. We drove to the university. When the Maybach pulled up to the main gate, heads turned. When Liam Sterling stepped out, silence fell. When he opened the passenger door and helped me out, the whispers started. Is that Wendy? No way, isn't that Carter's girlfriend? Is that Liam Sterling? I kept my head down, but Liam grabbed my hand, interlacing our fingers. Head up, he murmured. You have nothing to be ashamed of. We walked toward the arts building. Halfway there, a figure blocked our path. Carter. His hand was bandaged, his face pale and unshaven. He looked like a wreck. Beside him, Bella looked annoyed. Wendy, Carter rasped. He looked at our joined hands, his eyes widening. What is this? I'm breaking up with you, Carter, I said, my voice surprisingly steady. I tried to tell you last night. You stayed with him. Carter pointed a shaking finger at Liam. You cheated on me. Watch your finger, Liam warned, his voice low and dangerous. And check your timeline. She broke up with you the moment you told her to leave. What happened after is none of your business. She's my girlfriend. Carter shouted, drawing a crowd. Wendy, tell him. Tell him we're having a fight. You can't just leave me for some sugar daddy. The slap echoed across the quad. My hand stung. Carter's face was turned to the side, a red mark blooming on his cheek. Even Bella looked shocked. He is not a sugar daddy, I said, my voice ringing clear in the morning air. He is the man I dated for 3 years before I met you. He is the man who treats me with respect. And you? You're just a mistake I made while trying to be normal. I turned to Liam. Let's go. Liam smirked, a glimpse of the arrogant boy I fell in love with years ago. He looked at Carter, who was holding his cheek in disbelief. You should get that checked, Liam said, nodding at Carter's bandaged hand. It's hard to hold on to things when you're weak. The weeks that followed were a blur of rumors and revelations. The breakup became campus folklore. The day the mouse roared. Carter didn't take it well. He vacillated between aggressive attempts to win me back, standing outside my dorm with a boombox, security removed him, and spreading rumors that I was a gold digger. But the rumors didn't stick. Why? Because Liam Sterling didn't hide me. He came to pick me up for lunch. He sat in the back of the library while I studied, working on his laptop, glaring at anyone who made too much noise. One afternoon, I was in the cafeteria. Carter and his frat brothers were at a nearby table. They were talking loudly, clearly meant for me to hear. She'll come crawling back once he gets bored, Carter sneered. Guys like Sterling don't date girls like her. She's too boring. He's just using her to get back at. I don't know, someone. Actually, a voice interrupted. We all looked up. It was Professor Harrow, the head of the computer science department. He was holding a tray. Mr. Carter, the professor said dryly. If you paid as much attention to your coding as you do to your gossip, you might pass my class. And for the record, Ms. Wendy was the lead developer on the Sterling Encryptor project during her freshman year. She ghostwrote half the code you're currently failing to understand in your textbook. The cafeteria went dead silent. Carter looked at me, slack-jawed. You know how to code. I took a sip of my water. I was a double major until I dropped CS because I didn't have time for your drama, Carter. I picked it back up last week. I stood up, tray in hand. And by the way, Bella is sleeping with your roommate. Everyone knows but you. I walked away to the sound of absolute chaos erupting behind me. 3 months later. The annual Tech Innovators Gala. This was the biggest event of the year in the city. Liam was the keynote speaker. I stood in front of the mirror in the penthouse, smoothing down the emerald green silk gown Liam had commissioned for me. You look breathtaking, Liam said, wrapping his arms around my waist from behind. He rested his chin on my shoulder. I'm nervous, I admitted. Everyone will be there. The press. My parents. And Carter, Liam added. Carter. His father bought a table. Trying to network. Carter is tagging along. Liam kissed my neck. Let them see you. The real you. When we arrived at the venue, the flashbulbs were blinding. Liam held me close, guiding me through the red carpet. He introduced me to investors and CEOs, not as his girlfriend, but as Wendy, the brilliant mind who keeps me grounded. We entered the ballroom. It was a sea of tuxedos and gowns. I spotted Carter immediately. He looked uncomfortable in an ill-fitting suit, standing next to a stern-looking older man, his father. Bella was nowhere to be seen. The roommate rumor had been true, and their implosion had been spectacular. Carter saw us. His eyes locked onto me, and for a moment, I saw pure, unadulterated regret. He took a step forward, but his father grabbed his arm, scolding him for wandering off. I looked away, uninterested. During the dinner, Liam went up to the stage. He spoke about the future of tech, about resilience. Success, Liam said into the microphone, his eyes finding mine in the crowd, is not about never failing. It's about recognizing who stands by you when you do fail. For a long time, I lost the person who was my compass. I am lucky enough to have found her again. The applause was polite, but I felt my face heat up. After the speech, as the dancing began, Carter cornered me near the terrace. Wendy. I turned. He looked older, tired. The arrogance was gone, replaced by a pathetic sort of desperation. You look amazing, he said. Thank you, Carter. I missed you, he blurted out. I messed up. I know I did. Bella was nothing. She was just noise. But we had something real, didn't we? You loved me. I loved the idea of you, I said gently. I loved that you were normal. I loved that you needed me. But I didn't love you, Carter. And you didn't love me. You loved having a fan. I can change, he pleaded. I can be better. Give me another chance. Truth or dare? I picked dare. Dare me to do anything. I looked at him, really looked at him, and realized I felt nothing. No anger, no sadness. Just indifference. I don't want to play games anymore, Carter. I saw Liam approaching from the peripheral vision, 2 glasses of champagne in hand. Is he bothering you? Liam asked, stepping between us. His voice was calm, but his presence was a wall. Carter looked at Liam, then at me. He shrunk. No. We were just saying goodbye. Goodbye, Carter, I said. He watched us walk away. As we reached the dance floor, Liam pulled me close. Did you get closure? He asked. I didn't need it, I replied, resting my head on his chest. I have everything I need. 2 years later. The university graduation ceremony was loud. I threw my cap in the air, officially holding my master's degree in literature and computer science. Liam was waiting by the exit, holding a bouquet of lilies, my favorite. We walked to the parking lot. As we passed the old fountain where Carter and I used to sit, I saw a familiar face. Carter was there, smoking a cigarette. He looked rougher. He hadn't graduated on time, he was retaking his senior year. He was alone. He saw me. He saw the ring on my finger, a vintage sapphire that had belonged to Liam's grandmother. He raised his hand in a half-wave, a sad smile on his face. I nodded back, acknowledging him, and kept walking. What are you thinking about? Liam asked, opening the door of the car. Just thinking about that game of truth or dare, I smiled. Oh. Liam raised an eyebrow. Regrets? Only one, I said, leaning in to kiss him. I should have picked dare a lot sooner. Liam laughed, the sound rich and full of promise. Well, Mrs. Sterling, I dare you to marry me next month in Italy. Truth, I whispered against his lips. I'd go anywhere with you. The engine roared to life, leaving the past in the rearview mirror, where it belonged.